So next up, we got Michael, not the burner Turner. As you may remember, a guy from my childhood, sadly, because I'm old now. Michael Turner was a running back. He played for Atlanta. I think he went to like Northern Illinois and just like crushed it. He was a fantasy stud in the NFL. But this is not his son. There's actually no relation. But you don't hear about Michael Turners that often. So we got another running back, Michael Turner. And without further ado, David, walk us through Michael Turner and save me from myself.
He's the running back 7, 144th overall in the industry rankings. He's listed around 5'11 and a half, anywhere between 190 and 200. Plays for Richland High in Texas. They're the 81st ranked team in Texas with a team power rating of 42, strength of schedule of 17. So not the greatest competition, below average. Remember, average is around 26 or so. He's uncommitted down to 6 schools: Baylor, Oklahoma State, SMU, TCU, Utah, and Washington. So we can kind of go into him. He's around a 60th percentile athlete, a solid size, 2-sport guy, also does track, has 11:05, 100 meter. But we only got him at 20.5 max miles per hour. So he's probably in like the 4.5s or so. Not really, average speed, I would say. Decent agility, I think. His production's kind of mediocre, I would say. It's like he averaged like 7.7 yards per carry and 14 receptions for 134 yards and 2 touchdowns. So not a ton of receiving either. Also, he didn't really highlight much of his receiving. I think it was just the first swing pass he had on his tape, and after that, he just didn't really have much receiving on there. Although apparently he's been like tearing it up in camps as far as like one-on-ones with linebackers and stuff. So something to monitor, see if he shows more receiving as a senior. How much I like him is basically dependent on where he ends up going. It sounds like he's an SMU lean, which is a really bad landing spot for fantasy. With Lashley there, it seems like they've been splitting up the carries quite a bit among like 3-4 running backs. Matt's been working on a landing spot rating, and he was like, SMU is 133rd out of 134. It's just so he's considering Oklahoma State. That would be the one school that would be like obviously awesome. Like, even if I'm like not super confident that he could be the guy there, like I would still maybe like take a chance, like if he is, because we already know Oklahoma State is like a monster spot for volume for running back. So hopefully he goes there. Beyond that, I don't know how much interest I have in him. I thought his contact balance was pretty average. I think he's got a pretty big frame, like a decent frame, but he's mostly maxed out, has a really old appearance. Like one of these guys that matured, like he was on the scene as a freshman. I think he was already getting carries as a freshman and stuff. So, but he's just sort of plateaued to me, it looks like. So yeah, I would say it's just a solid running back that hopefully we get lucky on the landing spot, I guess.
Yeah, man, you're totally right about Oklahoma State, though. By the way, like Bell Cow Central, Gundy loves just feeding dudes. Matt, I love this idea about their landing spot rating. Can't wait to hear more about that. That's news to me. But anyway, what do you think about Michael Turner here?
Yeah, I really don't have anything else to add. If you've watched the show, I'm not really a huge fan of this running back class, and let's just say I'm not the biggest fan of Turner's game. It's going to be very landing spot dependent, like David kind of said as well. Yeah, I mean that's about it. I mean, there's very few running backs in this class where I really, really I'm going to value highly and go after in drafts. Turner is not one of them currently.
All right, I mean, fair enough. Sometimes we don't like players. We got to be honest. I feel like in general we're pretty positive, but yeah, I have to say he looks just like a guy. I mean, almost Jag level to me. I don't have a whole lot to add. A+, no notes, David. I think you nailed it. And not even a little color commentary. Like he's a guy who's going to play running back somewhere. If he goes to G5 or transfers down, maybe it's a guy you remember. But I'm not that interested. Even Oklahoma State, I mean, maybe bottom of the depth chart, bottom of the roster, and hope. But I don't think anything stands out with him that much to me. All right. Well, if you're an Oklahoma State fan or if you're an SMU fan and you want to go to battle with Michael Turner, comment below. Tell us why he's the guy and we're wrong. Also, like and subscribe to this channel